Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, wherever you are in the universe. This is Swifty, the ineffectual gamer, and this is one of a few videos that I'm going to be making over the next few months. I don't know, it'll go on as long as it goes on. I actually meant to make this video maybe a week or so ago. Didn't really get around to it, but really wanted to get around to it now. And probably by the title of the video and the video you've seen in the background, you're going to understand what I'm here to talk about. And this is some little videos I'm going to do every now and again when there is a game I'm looking forward to coming out. What I normally do is that when a game's coming out that I'm getting excited about, I'll go onto Discord and sit and talk to myself, and some people read it, some people get involved. It is what it is, but it's always on Discord, and I think, well, it doesn't really reach the full audience because not everybody uses Discord. So I thought, maybe I should make some of these kind of short videos and explain why I want to play this game and what excites me about this game. So we are looking at Cyberpunk 2077. Oh, but Swifty, everybody wants to play this game. I know everybody wants to play this game, but lots of people wanted to play it before I did. I want to put some hyperbole in here about how much I was looking forward to playing it. And I'm going to be honest with you, when I saw the original release picture, which was 2012, which was when I first moved here, so that was even before GTA 5 came out, I got excited. And I got excited for a good reason. And here's my reason. I'm not a Cyberpunk expert, and I'm not even like this great Cyberpunk lover. And I don't just mean of Cyberpunk 2077, I'm talking about the movies, the comics and things like this. I'm just talking about the genre in general. I'm actually quite a fan of, and there's different types of the punks or cyber. I think it's actually they replaced the second word, cyber techno and things like this. But cyberpunk is something that quite excites me. This kind of this genre of the game. So it's going to come out on November 19th of this year, hopefully. Don't know exactly if it will. And of course everybody's excited because we can do body modding, so you can either have a penis that touches the ground or is shriveled up inside of you, I'm guessing. I wonder if you can invert it inside of you. Anyway, let's get back to things. So it's got modding, body modding. You can purchase upgrades to your character and things like this. Your character's going to have 3 different directions that they can choose, so the game's going to start in different areas. I think the game's going to still converge in the same way, but you're going to have different starts, which means, whoa, you can play the game 3 different times in 3 different ways, as opposed to all the extras you can do as well. Why do I like Cyberpunk? Well, I was first turned on to the type of the Cyberpunk genre in the 90s, in the very early 90s. Now, in the 80s, I'd watched the movie Blade Runner, and I absolutely love Blade Runner. Still love it to this day. Still watch it to this day. Possibly the best science fiction movie that I think exists out there. I don't know if Ghostbusters comes into science fiction, because if it does, Ghostbusters is way above it, but that's, that was just me running around as a kid with a backpack. Or a proton pack, actually, I should say. So I was first really truly turned on to what Cyberpunk as a genre was in the 90s with the release of the game called Snatcher for the Mega CD. Now, Snatcher was a complete rip-off of Blade Runner. Essentially, it was set in a different place. The character looked different, but it was a kind of brightened up version of Blade Runner. But I really enjoyed it, and I remember playing it and just being totally into it. Now, I was too poor to own a Mega CD. I used to have to go around a friend's house and use theirs, and normally I would have to do it when they were sleeping. So when they went to sleep, I was like, "Hey, can I play your Mega CD?" And that was basically how I did it. Okay, so that's how I kind of got my fix of this game. And ever since then, I've kind of been searching for that experience again and never, ever found it. I've played games like Mirror's Edge, Observer, which had actually Rutger Hauer in it. I might actually go back to Observer because I didn't give it a fair chance. One of the things that bothers me about Cyberpunk is it is first person, and I really hate first person. Sometimes Call of Duty or stuff if the story's really good, it'll pull me in, and I can get away with playing first person. but I don't really first-person shooting games or action games. I don't like at all. Deus Ex. I thought my cat was shouting at me there. Deus Ex as well. I never really got into that, but I have played it a little bit. I don't know if I'll ever go back to it. Now, one game I really did like was a third-person game called Remember Me. Didn't get a lot of acclaim, but I really, really enjoyed it. That was set in a kind of cyberpunk future, not the same as like Cyberpunk 2077 or anything like that, but it was set in those times. Now, where I have enjoyed cyberpunk as a genre is more in the movie area. So I said things like Blade Runner, A Scanner Darkly, which it's hard with A Scanner Darkly and Minority Report. Any Philip K. Dick book. It depends how you build the world in your head, I suppose. But I absolutely love Philip K. Dick. I love all of his books. And Robert Heinlein as well, but Philip K. Dick, I really like them. And some of them you could say they're kind of in a cyberpunk future. But it's kind of darkly, I don't know. I'd say Minority Report is, because it kind of crosses futuristic things with normal things. So there's Akira, if I'm pronouncing it Akira or Ikira, depending on where you come from and how you pronounce it. Watched it a couple of times, didn't love it. Don't know why. Just maybe the story, it wasn't really for me. Maybe as an adult I should more go back to it. But yeah, it's just this genre I really, really like. And so when I first saw that screenshot for Cyberpunk 2077, I was like, it clicked something in my head. And that was the name Cyberpunk 2077, because I didn't really know about it. I connected with it, but I didn't know why I'd connect with it. And it turns out it was a game, a tabletop role-playing game from I think like 1988 or something. From the 80s, definitely. And I must have seen it somewhere, and I don't know if it was in a friend's house or something like this, but I wasn't into role-play tabletop games. I got kind of into it for a short while in the 90s, but I'll come back to that. So I saw the box, definitely saw a lot of the illustrations, definitely went through the book, because I've looked back at stuff since then, and I've been like, this is why I connected when I first saw the trailer for it. I got into a little bit for a short while role-playing games in tabletop role-playing games in the 90s, when somebody kind of introduced me to the idea of making them. So I would make them, but I wouldn't really want to play them for very long. So I would make the characters, I'd make the rules and everything like that, and the story, and I would be, I guess, I don't know if you call it in all of them, but like the dungeon master. And I really, really enjoyed doing that. So I enjoyed the creative process of that. So that's kind of when it was a mix of that and Snatcher that really kind of got me liking this genre. But it's something that I just don't think gaming in general, I know some people disagree with me and say Deus Ex, but I just never got it. I just could never get into it. But I just don't think that modern gaming has quite hit on the correct thing yet. So I think obviously Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be the one. It is going to be the one, and I'm really, really looking forward to it. It's set in a place called Night City, which is in Northern California. Again, probably a tip of the cap to Blade Runner, but what you're going to do, it's going to have 6 different areas. It's going to have a city centre, a financial centre, if I remember rightly, a part where immigrants will be living, a luxury part, suburbs, a gang-controlled part, and then outside of the city there's going to be an area. Now, if you can go from inside the city to outside the city, I don't know, or it's just that life path that you choose where you start out outside the city and go in. It'll be interesting in finding that out. So yeah, this game is 2 months away now. We're entering September now, so no cripes, 2.5 months away. Now, of course, Microsoft Flight Simulator is going to keep me occupied until then, but Cyberpunk 2077 is definitely on my radar. And I hope it's on yours. Do you agree with me or do you not agree with me? Leave a comment in the comments section. Leave a like if you like the video. Leave a dislike if you don't like the video. It doesn't matter. all constructive criticism. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do. I also run the channel on Twitch. You can find more details about that in the show notes below. You can also find my Discord there, where you can click on that and join us in the Discord section. What else? Lots and lots of different ways of supporting the stream and stuff, just down in those comments section. And do click that bell notification so you know when I post new videos and I do go live, because some people don't have that clicked. Okay, so that's it for me today. I just want to say thank you for coming, and 9-7.